sponsor located on the back of the program is interested in learning more about potential sponsorship opportunities. Please contact an athletic administrator. The contact director can be found under the department tab of highstatecougars.com.
Welcome to match night on the campus of IUK. This evening we have one of the most important volleyball matches of the entire season, and we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Christopher, and I'll be your play-by-play host as this evening the top two teams in the Western Division of the River States Women's Volleyball Conference square off with Kokomo undefeated at 13-0 for the Cougars, going against the St. Mary of the Woods College Pomeroys, who are 12-1. Cougars having won 18 straight. Pomeroys have won 12 straight. In fact, St. Mary of the Woods College has not lost since the IUK Cougars beat them on their home court in the first conference game of the season. So the Cougars tonight come in with an overall record of 23-5, 13-0 in the conference. They have won 18 straight matches. St. Mary of the Woods College, 29-2 on the season, 12-1 in the conference. They've won their last 12 straight. IUK Athletics is brought to you by Meg Massey Agency, representing American Family Insurance. Meg's agency is on south of Fountain Street in Kokomo. She serves clients all over north central Indiana and proud to support local athletics. And we're glad that Meg Massey Agency is a partner with IUK Athletics all year long. The Pomeroys are coached by Ashley Harris. Her assistants are Ian Harris and Zula De Jesus. The Cougars, of course, are coached by Heather Hayes in her 13th season. Coach Hayes is also the IUK Athletic Director. Her assistants are Lori Elson and Sarah Marin. Director of Operations, Randy Fishman. And the Pomeroys will get the match started tonight with a serve. And the Cougars will return it from the front row. Tipped back, IUK again, Maya Grigsby. Shot picked up. We're going to see a lot of volleys tonight. And IUK keeps it alive. This is a tremendous volley just to start the match tonight. And the Pomeroys get the first point, having hit the top of the net, and the ball found a soft spot in the IUK defense. St. Mary's leads 1-0. Back to serve for the Pomeroys is Leash Marie Varela. And her serve is in play, and Lexi Broyles gets the first point of the night for IUK. We're tied at 1. Maya Grigsby will go back to serve for Kokomo. Allison Richmond got an assist on that score by Lexi Broyles. Mia Niekamp is in for IUK already. Maya Grigsby's serve will be returned, and there's an attack from the left by the Pomeroys. Probably would have gone out of bounds. The Cougars save it. Pomeroys again attack from the center, and they knock it out of bounds, and the point goes to IUK. St. Mary thinks that the Cougars touched it on the way out. They did not get the call. It's a 2-1 lead for Kokomo. Maya Grigsby will serve again for the Cougars. Line drive in play. St. Mary attacks from the center, tipped across. Kokomo will return it, and there's Mia Niekamp's shot. Knocked up. Pomeroys send it back. Kokomo, Richmond to Carpenter, and here's Mia Niekamp again, and the Cougars jump out to a 3-0 lead. 3-1 actually. Maya Grigsby will serve again for Kokomo. The Cougars have scored 3 straight. Grigsby will serve from the left side of the backcourt. Line drive. In play, the Pomeroys knock it out. That time, they're going to say Kokomo did not touch it, so it's a 4th straight point for the Cougars. Attack error by Lisanel Rodriguez. Grigsby again for the Cougars on match night. Home court for IUK. Sinking liner It's in play. Boy, both of these schools are so good. And there's Lexi Broyle scoring fifth straight point for Kokomo. They lead 5-1. These two teams have combined to win the last 30 matches in a row. Great crowd on hand tonight at the IUK Student Activity and Events Center. Grigsby's serve popped up. It will be returned by St. Mary. Knocked out of bounds. Pomeroy's touched it last, and IUK with a 6-1 lead forces Coach Ashley Harris to call a timeout for St. Mary of the Woods College. Kokomo fell behind 1-0. They now lead 6-1. Maya Grigsby will continue to serve after the timeout. That last play was an attack error by Lisanel Rodriguez. St. Mary of the Woods College visiting tonight. First place in the Western Division is on the line. Grigsby's serve sinks, and it will be returned by the Pomeroys, blocked by Kokomo. St. Mary will attack from their left. Knocked out of bounds. Kokomo has 7 points now. 7 straight points by IUK, 7-1 lead in the first set. Grigsby does a jump serve, hits it into the net, unforced error, and St. Mary of the Woods will get a point and the ball. 7-2 lead Kokomo. Danielle Zvonar is serving for St. Mary. And there is a point for IUK. I think that's Mia Niekamp. 8-2 lead Cougars. Niekamp does get the point, and an assist from Allison Richmond. Riley Hamilton comes in for the Cougars. Lexi Broyles will serve now from the left side of the backcourt. Floats it high. St. Mary will attack from the right. And they score. It bounces off of Maya Grigsby, who tried to save it with a dive. Unable to bring it up. And it's an 8-3 lead for Kokomo. St. Mary will serve. Lish Marie Varela. And there is a score by Riley Hamilton on her first attempt tonight. Hamilton gives Kokomo a 9-3 lead. Riley Hamilton, number 2 on the jersey. Here's Allison Richmond back to serve for Kokomo. Hits it into the backcourt, and it's going to be saved. Knocked across by St. Mary. And there is Callie Cummings scoring for Kokomo. A bit of a shock for St. Mary. They've fallen behind 10-3 in the first set. Sarah Morin, assistant coach for Kokomo, up shouting direction. Here's Allison Richmond serve into the backcourt. An attack from the right by St. Mary. Saved. Cougars are unable to get the deflected shot. And it's a score for St. Mary. Kokomo leads 10-4. Macy Chafin checks in for IUK. St. Mary back to serve now. Down by 6. Line drive. Kokomo will play it from the center. And that is Callie Cummings again scoring her second straight point. Set up by Macy Chafin. 11-4 lead, Kokomo. Chloe Carpenter is back to serve for IUK. In play, St. Mary is so good at returning serves, and there's Callie Cummings again. She knocks that one out of bounds, got that one a little bit too high, and the point goes to St. Mary. Cougars lead 11-5. Danielle Zvalnar is back to serve for St. Mary of the Woods. Served in play. Kokomo's going to attack from the left. St. Mary from the right, diving save by Carpenter. Maya Grigsby's shot picked up by St. Mary, and they score. Good play by the Pomeroys. Carla Melendez with the shot from Aiden Britt. It's 11-6 Kokomo. Line drive serve will be returned by IUK softly. St. Mary attacks from the left. There's a great block by Kokomo. St. Mary does a great save in their own backcourt. Chapin sets it up for Callie Cummings, and she knocks it out of bounds. That's the second attack error in a row by Callie Cummings, hitting it too high. So St. Mary has scored 3 straight. And there's a serve that goes too far beyond the backcourt. An unforced error gives IUK the point in the ball. Cougars lead 12-7. And Avery Luttrell will serve for IUK. Pomeroys will attack from the left. Blocked by Kokomo, out of bounds. Last touched by the Cougars, so St. Mary will get the point. Lisa Nell Rodriguez from Aiden Britt. And it's a 4-point lead for the Cougars. Pomeroys are going to serve. Kokomo sets up center. There's Lexi Broyles. And an illegal hit. And IUK gets the point and now lead by 5 at 13-8 in the first set. Maggie Machado comes in for Kokomo, and she will serve. Allison Richmond comes back in for Kokomo as well. There is Machado's serve, and St. Mary will attack from the center. Good save by Carpenter. Kokomo. Maya Grigsby, she scores on the attack, giving Kokomo a 6-point lead at 14-8. St. Mary, we know, is good. They're 29-2, and I have not seen Kokomo play better volleyball this whole season so far than what they are right now. Machado's serve is in play. Left side attack, St. Mary. Kokomo, center. Allison Richmond scores. Fakes the set, taps the shot across, and gives IUK a 7-point lead at 15-8. Maggie Machado serving for Kokomo, getting the signal from Coach Hayes. Dribbles like she's going to do a free throw, and here is the serve. Too far beyond the backcourt. Kokomo gives up a free point there on a serve error. It's a 6-point lead for the Cougars, 15-9. Alicia Marie Varela is serving for the Pomeroys. Allison Richmond sets it up, and Maya Grigsby delivers a shot. Hit the out-of-bounds pole, so St. Mary gets the point. It's 15-10 Kokomo. Wow. Deep serve. Kokomo elected to play it, and here's Grigsby scoring for Kokomo, getting it just inside the backcourt, and the Cougars are back on top by 6. Maya Grigsby, right-hander, serves for IUK. Pomeroys tap it across. Allison Richmond does likewise. It's back to Kokomo. And a score. Maya Grigsby from the backcourt drills that shot. It hit the net, rolled over, and the Cougars are up by 7. St. Mary still has a timeout they can use. 17-10, and Maya Grigsby just committed her second serve error of the night here in the first set. 3-point for St. Mary is 17-11 Kokomo. Pomeroy serve backcourt. Cougars will attack from the right, and Lexi Broyles gets the point. Set up by Allison Richmond. IUK 18, St. Mary of the Woods 11, first set of the night. These two teams have won 30 straight matches combined, and it looks like it. Allison Richmond takes advantage of a soft floater at the net and drills it. And Kokomo is on top by 8. St. Mary contemplating a timeout. Cougars are going to serve. It's Lexi Broyles, number 23 in the backcourt. Hits it across, floater. It will be returned by St. Mary. Attack from the right. Out of bounds. Kokomo gets the point. It's 19-11. Make that 20. It's a 9-point lead for the Cougars, 20-11. Lexi Broyles serves again for the Cougars. Sinking liner tipped up. Kokomo will play it. Richmond taps it across. Scores again. She has the hot hand. Richmond, 3 points in the first set. 10-point lead for Kokomo at 21-11. Playing their best volleyball of the season tonight. Broyles' serve is in play. Attack from the right, blocked by Kokomo. Attack from the right again, Cougars pick it up. Good save by the Pomeroys. Broyles, Richmond, Riley Hamilton shot deflected, and it is a score for St. Mary of the Woods. Great defense by the Pomeroys. Kokomo leads 21-12. And a bad serve into the net by Luce Marie Varela, and a gift point for Kokomo, and they lead by 10 again at 22-12. And Allison Richmond will go back and serve for IUK. She serves from the left side of the back court. Pomeroy's attack from the right, blocked by Kokomo. Mia Niekamp, Riley Hamilton, and the Cougars lead by 11 at 23-12. St. Mary is not going to use their other timeout. Floating serve will be returned by the Pomeroys, blocked by Kokomo and out of bounds. That point will go to St. Mary of the Woods. 23-13 Cougars. That was a score by Carla Melendez. Served by Kokomo, attacking from the right. Riley Hamilton scores for IUK. Riley Hamilton, a freshman from Indianapolis, giving IUK an 11-point lead at set point now for Kokomo. And Chloe Carpenter is back for the Cougars. Her serve is in play. St. Mary attacks from the right, and they score. Very strong attack. That's one of their stronger plays. Carla Melendez. It's a 10-point lead for Kokomo. Melendez will be back to serve for the Pomeroys. Carla dribbles. A jumping serve is in play. IUK attacks from the right, and they win. Callie Cummings with the winning shot for the first set, and the Cougars have defeated St. Mary of the Woods 25-14. The second set is coming your way next. We're ready to start the second set. Lexi Broyles led Kokomo in scoring in the first set with 4. Carla Melendez led the Pomeroys with 4 in the first set for her team. First serve by Kokomo is in play. Maya Grigsby. What a night she is having. What a night Kokomo is having against an absolute top-notch opponent. Grigsby scores the first point for IUK. And Maggie Machado is back to serve for the Cougars. In the backcourt, St. Mary will attack it from the right. Knocked out of bounds. Point goes to Kokomo. 2-0 lead for the Cougars in the second set. Kokomo won the opener 25-14. First place in the Western Division at stake tonight. Machado's serve into the backcourt. There's a center line attack by St. Mary, and Lexi Broyles' shot. It's a great save by St. Mary. Allison Richmond sets it up, and Maya Grigsby's attack will be returned. Richmond to Lexi Broyles. Great save, St. Mary. Great save back for Kokomo. Maya Grigsby taps it across and scores just across the front line of St. Mary. And the Cougars are rocking 3-0 in the second set on a great crowd turnout tonight. The IUK Student Activity and Events Center. Allison Richmond got the assist on that last score. St. Mary attacks from the left, and a diving attempted save by Avery Luttrell is not successful, and St. Mary is on the scoreboard in the second set. Cougars lead 3-1. Zarella, the junior, back to serve for St. Mary of the Woods. Right-hander hits it into the backcourt. Kokomo will return it. Lexi Broyles' shot scores. Lexi Broyles has her 5th point, and IUK leads 4-1 in the second set. Maya Grigsby to serve for the Cougars, number 6 on her jersey. She has a couple of serve errors, and she makes up for it by getting an ace on that serve. First ace of the night for Kokomo, and it goes to Maya Grigsby, and the Cougars lead 5-1. Grigsby serves from the left side of the backcourt. Tips the net. It will be returned by St. Mary, and an attack error. 4 hits, and the Cougars get another point. They lead 6-1. Second set. Maya Grigsby again for Kokomo. Gets the signal from Coach Hayes. She hits it deep. St. Mary chooses to play it. Kokomo will return it. Center of the court. There's Maya Grigsby hitting a rifle shot through the defense of St. Mary. And IUK leads 7-1 on their home court tonight. Crowd is having a lot of fun on this Thursday evening, the night before Halloween. Well, Maya Grigsby committed a serve error. That's her 3rd of the night. She does have 4 points this evening. St. Mary will be back to serve, trailing 7-2. Here's Kokomo with the setup, and they score. Allison Richmond, a behind-the-head tap shot, gives IUK a 6-point lead at 8-2. Lexi Broyles back to serve for IUK. She has 5 points tonight. Serves it into the backcourt. Pomeroys will tap it across. Kokomo. Mia Niekamp scores with an attack in the center of the front row, and the Cougars are up by 7. 9-2 lead. Broyles will serve again. Sinking liner will be returned by St. Mary. And there is an attack shot by Carla Melendez that scores. Carla has 5 points tonight for the Pomeroys. Leash Marie Varela is back to serve for St. Mary. Luttrell hits it up high. Mia Niekamp shot blocked. St. Mary on offense now. Melendez shot tipped up. Richmond to Mia Niekamp. Great save by St. Mary. Melendez hits it again. Kokomo tips it up high. Mia Niekamp. Her shot saved by the defense of St. Mary, and a good tap across the net by the Pomeroys. Holly Linville gets that point for St. Mary, and it's a 9-4 lead. Pomeroys have scored the last 2 points in a row. Cougars on top by 5. Varela serves. Kokomo will give it to Mia Niekamp, who hits it into the net. And it's an attack error. And St. Mary now has scored 3 straight points. IUK leads 9-5. Varela again serving for the Pomeroys. And she gets an ace, and Kokomo's a little bit off balance with their timing now. It's a 4-0 run for St. Mary of the Woods. It's a 9-6 score in the second set. Grigsby to Richmond, and Mia Niekamp shot deflected. Grigsby back up to Niekamp again. Good save. St. Mary, they'll attack from the left. She picked up. Tried to tap up Riley Hamilton and Allison Richmond, and Kokomo has given up a 5-0 run to St. Mary of the Woods, and the Cougars, having lost the momentum, call a timeout. IUK leads in the second set, 9-7. The Pomeroys will serve after the timeout. St. Mary of the Woods, their best scoring run of the night, a 5-0 streak, and they're still serving. Varela to Kokomo, and there's an ace. Kokomo comes out of the timeout and commits an error right away, and it's now just a 1-point difference in the second set here. 9-8 Kokomo with Varela serving. Grigsby temps it up. Richmond to Riley Hamilton, and she gets the point back for Kokomo. And they break the 6-0 scoring run for St. Mary. 10-8 Kokomo. And Allison Richmond will serve for the Cougars. Deep into the backcourt, it will be an attack from the left by St. Mary, and they knock it out of bounds. Kokomo gets their second straight point, and it's 11-8 on the attack error by Holly Linville. Richmond serving again for Kokomo. Hard line drive. St. Mary's going to send it back. Melendez. Kokomo on offense. Mia Niekamp back to St. Mary. Tipped up. Kokomo. Luttrell. Maya Grigsby taps it across. St. Mary will attack from the left. Kokomo taps it up. Great save. Cougars save it again. Tremendous volley going on here. And Callie Cummings gets the point for Kokomo. And the Cougars have now answered the scoring streak of St. Mary with a 3-0 run of their own. It is 12-8 IUK as Allison Richmond gets the signal from Coach Hayes and serves. It will be returned The trail for Kokomo to Richmond. Here's Mia Niekamp, and she scores. 13-8, a 4-0 run for Kokomo. Allison Richmond again, a right-hander, knocks it deep into the backcourt and out of bounds. It's a serve error, and that's the fourth one of the night for IUK. 13-9 Cougar lead. And Selena Sosa will come in to serve for St. Mary of the Woods. Grigsby knocks up the serve, and there is Callie Cummings. That was a tee shot. And she drove that one right down the middle. 14-9 lead for Kokomo. Chloe Carpenter will serve for the Cougars. Chloe, number 15 on the jersey, plays for the Cougars. She's from Pendleton, Indiana. Serve is in play. Attack left by Melendez. Kokomo on offense. Grigsby shot. Blocked up. Tapped across and out of bounds. Kokomo will get the point, and they're back on top by 6. Attack error by Aiden Britt. Carpenter will serve from the middle of the backcourt for the Cougars. Sinking liner. It will be returned by the Pomeroys. And it's a good score by Carla Melendez, the junior. St. Mary trails Kokomo 15-10. And there is a serve error committed by St. Mary of the Woods, and Kokomo's lead now is 16-10. Tipped up. Good block at the net by Kokomo. But it does fall in their territory. And St. Mary gets the point. They trail by 5 at 16-11. Pomeroy serve from the right side of the backcourt. Chafin sets it up. Lexi Broyles taps it across for Kokomo. And it's a 6-point lead for the Cougars at 17-11. St. Mary has a couple of timeouts they can use if they want. Maggie Machado, number 8, the senior, is back to serve for the Cougars from the center of the backcourt. Hits it deep. St. Mary will return it from the center. Great tap up by Kokomo. Allison Richmond shot. Good save, St. Mary. They'll try again. Tapped up. St. Mary again from the left. Hits it out of bounds, and the Cougars now lead by 7 at 18-11. Maggie Machado will serve again for the Cougars. It's the second set of the night. Good serve in play. St. Mary will attack from the center. Taps it across. Tapped up by Grigsby, Machado, and then Grigsby again on the shot. St. Mary saves it into the net. Attack error by Ariana Cruz Gonzalez. And IUK leads by 8 at 19-11. Machado will serve again for the Cougars. Thursday night match night in Kokomo. She taps across the soft one. It's a diving save by St. Mary, and Allison Richmond taps it out of bounds for Kokomo, and St. Mary will get the score. Cougars lead by 7 at 19-12. Right-handed serve for St. Mary. There's a setup, and Kokomo And it's another point for St. Mary, and they trail 19-13. Serve again deep for Kokomo. Richmond sets it up for Grigsby, and her shot is a score. Kokomo gets 20 points on the board now, leading at 20-13. Couple of timeouts on the board for St. Mary, and they have not used them. And Maya Grigsby will go back to serve for IUK. She serves the ball with a lot of velocity, but sometimes it's a serve error. She's had 3 tonight, but this one's good. St. Mary attacks from the right, blocked by Kokomo, knocked out of bounds by St. Mary, and the Cougars lead by 8 at 21-13, and there is a timeout called by Coach Harris of St. Mary of the Woods. Cougars are leading 21-13, and IUK's Maya Grigsby will serve after this timeout. Cougars are leading by 8. They've scored the last 2 points in a row, and Grigsby will try to make it 3. Maya does a jumping serve, and it's in play. Attack from the left by St. Mary, blocked by Kokomo. St. Mary will try from the right side. Cougars, Mia Niekamp, knocked up high. St. Mary attacks from the right, saved Lexi Broyles to Allison Richmond. And Maya Grigsby scores. She'll keep her serve alive, and the Cougars are on a 3-0 run. Now leading by 9 at 22-13. Grigsby's serve is in play. St. Mary taps it across middle of the backcourt. Allison Richmond, Mia Niekamp. St. Mary will return it. Blocked up by Kokomo. Pomeroy's try again from the left. And they knock it out of bounds, and the point goes to Kokomo, and they now lead by 10 at 23-13. Grigsby on a 4-0 run. Try to get the Cougars closer to winning the second set. Knocked up. Pomeroy's will return it on the serve, and get a point. Kokomo's block attempt fell in their own territory, and so St. Mary scores. Holly Linville got the point for St. Mary, and it's a 23-14 lead for Kokomo. Richmond sets it up, and Lexi Broyles delivers another point for IUK. And it is a 10-point lead for the Cougars, 24-14, and the set point is at hand, and Lexi Broyles will try to get it for IUK with a serve here. Overhand shot in play. St. Mary taps it across. Broyles to Richmond, and Mia Niekamp. Here's St. Mary from the left. Tipped up Kokomo, Richmond, Niekamp, blocked and out of bounds. Cougars win the second set by the same score they won the first set, 25-14. Battle for first place in the Western Division of the River States Conference continues with set number 3 coming your way next. St. Mary of the Woods facing elimination tonight if they don't get the third set. They're down 2-0 to Kokomo. IUK playing their absolute best volleyball of the whole season tonight when they needed it the most. The Cougars are led in scoring tonight. Maya Grigsby has 8. Lexi Broyles 7. Mia Niekamp and Callie Cummings have 5. Leading scorer tonight for St. Mary of the Woods is Carla Melendez with 7. And Masa Pesic has 4. Cougars have won 18 straight volleyball matches. St. Mary of the Woods has won 12 straight. St. Mary's 29-2 on the season, and one of those 2 losses came to IUK early in the conference season. So the good crowd on hand tonight has been having a lot of fun. Great competition on the court this evening. I mean, great competition. First serve of the third set in for Kokomo. Lexi Broyles taps it across. St. Mary's will attack from the left. Good save, Richmond for Kokomo to Carpenter. St. Mary attacks from the center. Cougars save it back. Pomeroy's left side attack. Kokomo taps it up. Maya Grigsby's shot deflected high by the Pomeroys. They answer with an attack from the right. And a great score there by Addison Simmons for St. Mary of the Woods. Well-earned point there. And the Pomeroys will serve again. Latrell for IUK to Mia Niekamp, and she taps it across and gets the score tied at 1 here in the third set. Soft tap just across the front line. And Maya Grigsby will serve for the Cougars. Third set of the evening. Sinking liner picked up by the Pomeroys. Grigsby knocks it high for Kokomo. Mia Niekamp, her shot goes out of bounds in the backcourt. And the Pomeroys lead Kokomo 2-1. Danielle Zvonar is back to serve for the Pomeroys. Cougars, Allison Richmond, and Lexi Broyles gets the score tied for Kokomo. She has her 8th point tonight. And Lexi's going to be back to serve for IUK. Front court setup for the Pomeroys, and they knock it out of bounds on the attack error. Sophia Soto knocked it out of bounds, and the Cougars now lead 3-2. Broyles gets the signal from Coach Hayes and prepares the serve. It's in play, set up by the Pomeroys. Good dig by Lexi Broyles. Maya Grigsby shot into the net. And we're tied at 3. Attack error by Maya. And we're tied at 3 as the Pomeroys go back to serve. And it is Varela. Mia Niekamp's shot is saved by the Pomeroys, and they knock it out of bounds. IUK gets the point in the lead now at 4-3. The ball hit the official up on the stand. Allison Richmond will serve for the Cougars. Pomeroys attack from the right, and attack error by Addison Simmons, the freshman, and Kokomo's lead is 2 at 5-3. Richmond will serve again for IUK, playing on their home court. And an ace for Allison Richmond gives IUK a 6-3 lead. There's been very few aces scored tonight by either team. The competition is so good. And there's a second ace in a row by Allison Richmond. Wow, 7-3 lead for Kokomo. They've scored 4 straight. Here's Richmond again. Oh, she hits that one out of bounds. That's a serve error, and St. Mary really needed that one. So they get a point in the ball. It's 7-4 Kokomo. Selena Sosa goes back to serve for the Pomeroys. St. Mary has the best record overall in the season in the conference. And Riley Hamilton commits an error, knocking that one into the net. And IUK's lead is 2 at 7-5. Sosa will serve again for St. Mary. Pomeroy's season record is 29-2. Hamilton knocks it back. St. Mary will attack from the left. Tipped up Kokomo. Latrell for Mia Niekamp. And a good save by St. Mary. Another great save by Kokomo. Tapped across by Grigsby. St. Mary will attack from the left. Kokomo responds. Grigsby's shot. Good save backcourt St. Mary. And they score as Melendez rifles one through the outstretched arms of Maya Grigsby. And St. Mary has scored 3 straight, and they trail by 1 at 7-6. Sosa serves again for the Pomeroys. Tips the net and falls inbounds. An ace for Sosa. And when there's been very few aces tonight, there's been 3 of them in this set. St. Mary is on a 4-0 run, and we're tied at 7. Sosa tries to give the lead, and she commits a serve error and gives a point in the ball back to Kokomo. The Cougars now lead 8-7. And Chloe Carpenter will serve for IUK. Chloe will serve from the center of the backcourt. Sinking liner is saved. There's Latrell. Grigsby serves back. Pomeroys will attack from the left. Knocked up by Kokomo and unable to be saved as it goes out of bounds in the backcourt. Chloe Carpenter touched it last, and we're tied at 8 here in the third set. Carla Melendez, the leading scorer for the Pomeroys, is back to serve. Will be in play for Kokomo. There is Callie Cummings getting a point back for the Cougars. Cummings has 6 points tonight, and IUK leads 9-8. Avery Latrell will serve for the Cougars. Pomeroy's attack from the left, blocked by Kokomo, unable to save it, goes out of bounds. Score by St. Mary, Masa Pesic. We're tied at 9 in the third set. And Alexis Stiff will be back to serve for the Pomeroys. Carpenter for Kokomo to Cummings, and Callie scores for IUK. She has 7 points tonight, and it gives Cougars the lead at 10-9. Cougars are going to try to get one more scoring run here to see if they can put pressure on St. Mary of the Woods College. Maggie Machado will serve for IUK. Will be returned by the Pomeroys. Great save by Latrell to Richmond, and Maya Grigsby's shot scores for the Cougars, and it's a 2-point lead for Kokomo, 11-9. Machado will serve for IUK again. Pomeroy's attack from the left. Kokomo, Carpenter to Richmond. Maya Grigsby's shot knocked high. Saved by St. Mary. Tipped across. Kokomo, Richmond. And she scores. A 3-0 run for Kokomo and has given them a 12-9 lead. Allison Richmond has 5 points tonight. Maggie Machado will continue for Kokomo in the backcourt. St. Mary attacks from the center. And they score. Good play by St. Mary of the Woods. Carla Melendez getting the 10th point on the board for St. Mary. 12-10 Kokomo. St. Mary serves and Allison Richmond scores with a behind-the-head shot on the tap. And the Cougars back on top by 3. They're going to send Maya Grigsby back to serve for the Cougars. St. Mary beginning to feel a little bit of pressure here. Grigsby's shot on the serve will be returned. And Kokomo knocks it high. They got to recover here, and they do for Richmond. St. Mary attacks from the right, blocked by Kokomo out of bounds. That was Mia Niekamp and Lexi Broyles. And the Pomeroys score. They trail by 2 at 13-11 in the third set. Danielle Zvonar serves, and Lexi Broyles gets the point for IUK. She's got 9 tonight. And the Cougars lead is back to 3 at 14-11. Lexi Broyles will serve. Puts it inbounds in the backcourt. St. Mary attacks for, oh no, the mishit by Addison Simmons. Attack error, and Kokomo now has a 4-point lead at 15-11. Broyles, the senior, will serve again for IUK. Backcourt in play. St. Mary attacks from the right. Richmond for IUK to Mia Niekamp, and she scores. Mia Niekamp gives IUK a 5-point lead at 16-11. St. Mary has 2 timeouts still on the board they can use. Lexi Broyles will serve again for the Cougars. Serves it to the left side, played by St. Mary. Here's IUK on offense. Mia Niekamp shot deflected. And now Maya Grigsby taps it across. Good save. St. Mary attacking from the right. They knock it out of bounds. Addison Simmons on the error. And IUK's lead is 6 at 17-11 here in the third set. Cougars already lead the match 2-0. With a pair of 25-14 wins in the first 2 sets. Broyles floats this serve across, and it's blocked by IUK at the net. Again, Melendez, terrific save for Kokomo. Mia Niekamp shot blocked. Allison Richmond to Riley Hamilton, and she knocks it out of bounds, and it'll be a point for St. Mary. It was almost touched by the Pomeroys. Cougars lead is 5 at 17-12. Varela will serve for St. Mary. Richmond to Mia Niekamp, and she gets the point back for Kokomo. And the Cougars lead is 18-12. IUK is 23-5 in the regular season. Richmond's serve line drive is in play. Melendez's shot is a score for St. Mary. And the Pomeroys trail Kokomo by 5 at 18-13. Selena Sosa, who has an ace tonight, comes in for St. Mary to serve. Selena Sosa, a junior. in play, set up by Chafin and tapped inbounds. I think it was Mia Niekamp. No, Callie Cummings gets the point. Cummings has 7 points tonight, and IUK's lead is 19-13. And Chloe Carpenter will serve, floats it high. Attempted block by Kokomo fails. That's Riley Hamilton and Maya Grigsby. It's a 19-14 lead for Kokomo. And Melendez, the leading scorer for St. Mary, is back to serve. Kokomo at the front row. There is Maya Grigsby, and she scores. Grigsby, leading scorer tonight for the Cougars, has 9. 20-14 lead for IUK in the third set. Avery Luttrell serves. It's in play. St. Mary return tipped out. There's Chafin to Maya Grigsby, and she hits the out-of-bounds pole. And it is a point for St. Mary. They trail by 5 at 20-15. Attack error by Grigsby. One of the very few errors she's had tonight. She's had a few serving errors as well. But she is their leading scorer. Alexa Stiff will serve for St. Mary. The Carpenter, Chafin set up, and Lexi Broyles mistimes that hit. And St. Mary draws a point closer. They're down by 4. Stiff will again serve for St. Mary from the right side of the backcourt. Grigsby taps it up behind her. Now she recovers with a shot. Good save by St. Mary. Kokomo tips it up. There's Luttrell to Grigsby. Soft tap over. St. Mary sends it to Kokomo. Luttrell. Chafin. And Maya Grigsby shot blocked. Chafin to Callie Cummings. And there is the point for Kokomo. They're back on top by 5 at 21-16. 4 more points and they get the match, going for their 19th win in a row. Maggie Machado will serve for IUK from the center of the backcourt. Sinking liner is up by St. Mary. There is Luttrell for Kokomo to Grigsby, tapped across by Machado. Good save by St. Mary. Here's Richmond to Lexi Broyles, and she scores. Richmond teed it up for Lexi, and she delivered the point, and it's 22-16 IUK. 3 points away from a win tonight and a sweep. Machado serve is an ace. Cougars at 23 points, up by 7. No timeouts taken by St. Mary in the third set. Maggie Machado. Right-handed hit in play. Good recovery by St. Mary there. Kokomo blocks it out of bounds. It is a score for St. Mary. They pull within 6. It's 23-17 IUK. Aiden Britt, the senior, is going to be back to serve for St. Mary of the Woods. In play, Allison Richmond sets it up for Maya Grigsby. Great save by St. Mary. Richmond sets it up, and then Lexi Broyles delivers the point for Kokomo. And we are at match point tonight. Kokomo goes to sweep the match tonight and sweep the season series for St. Mary of the Woods. They're on their feet at the IUK Student Activity and Event Center. Maya Grigsby with the serve in play. Line drive. St. Mary will attack from the right. Blocked up Kokomo. St. Mary will return it. Tipped across. Saved by Kokomo. Here's Mia Niekamp. And she scores. Oh, no, they give the point to St. Mary. IUK fans thought they had it. And Pomeroy stay alive with good defense. 24-18 Kokomo. And here is St. Mary's serve in play. Richmond sets it up for Mia Niekamp. Blocked up, and Lexi Broyles delivers the match point for IUK. And the Cougars sweep the match tonight, winning the third set 25-18. IUK has now won 19 straight. They are 14-0 in the conference. First place, uncontested. St. Mary of the Woods, a rare loss for this season. They're 29-3, and 2 of those 3 losses came to IUK. Celebrating in the stands and on the court as the Cougars of IUK stop the 12-match winning streak for St. Mary of the Woods. IUK winning at home. Undisputed first place in the River States Conference. For IUK, they won the 3 sets, 25-14 in set 1, 25-14 in set 2, 25-18 in set number 3. With the win, the Cougars' overall record improves to 24-5, 14-0 in the conference, and they have won 19 straight. St. Mary of the Woods 29-3 on the season, 12-2 in the conference. Their winning streak stopped at 12. Here is how the scoring looked in the book. Lexi Broyles was the leading scorer tonight for IUK with 12, including the one that won the match.